Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought I'd do one of two things. I thought I'd do a bit of a pickups video, some bits I grabbed from the car boot sale this morning, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a catch up on some of the projects I'm working on at the moment, like that old 486 computer and some other bits and bats that I'm working on up here in the new computer room. So first of all, what we've got over here is what everything I picked up today at the car boot sale, and it's been another really good day actually. I've not had days like this for a very long time. Didn't spend that much money and got some quite interesting and useful stuff. So we'll start off. I'll just see if I can move the camera up. I picked up this display. It's a TV, old analog LCD TV, which is in full working order. Does take a second or two to come on. Let's see what happens here now. Is it going to... there we go. You see it works. And I mean, this is a really good time to grab these at the moment, because everyone seems to be chucking them out because obviously they don't have a digital tuner in them. People think, oh, don't want to be bothered with a Freeview box anymore. They're obsolete, get rid of them, get a new one with all digital built in and everything. But for us that are into old computers, they are absolutely fantastic. Especially this one, because if we look on the side of it here, we've got composite and stereo audio input straight there, right to use. On the bottom of it, I don't know if we can see this because of the we can't really see this very well, but in there, obviously you've got analog RF input. You've got a Eurowave via Skype connector. It's got stereo audio input on the bottom, and then it's got a instead of RGB input, it's got a YPBPI, which is another standard input. Then it's got a VGA input as well, and PC audio input for a 3.5mm jack, all on the one unit. And I got that. I'll set it back there so you can see. I got that with its power supply. With its power supply, and I got that for I can't really think that's showing up very well on the camera, but £3. That was £3. Reduced from £8, so this was about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it had already been reduced to £3. So yeah, I paid £3 for that. I mean, that'll be great on one of my vintage computers. It makes filming them a lot easier because you don't get the flicker you do with the old CRTs, and they take up a lot less room. So I know I like CRT sets, but if I can pick these up for pennies like that, I just grab them because they're always useful. Right, and that was all I got from that car boot sale, and I went on to the next one. And well, there wasn't a lot I really saw at first, and then there was one stall, and I got all the rest of this stuff off one stall. And what I got, let's get the camera into a better position, and then we'll start with this. This is really quite cool. There was a woman there, and she had all sorts. First thing I spotted was some graphics cards, PC graphics cards on your stall, so that's what drew me over there. And then I immediately spotted this. I asked her, I was looking at it, and she said, "Oh, are you into gadgets and stuff?" She said, "My husband is always messing about with stuff. He's always bringing stuff home." He said he's having a bit of a clear out. He said it's some kind of monitor. I don't know anything about it, and it was £4. So I thought I thought at first it was just an industrialised LCD monitor with stereo speakers built into it. So I thought for £4, I'll give it a go. I mean, it just come as is. And like I said, she weren't entirely sure what it was, so I give her £4 for it. And I was walking away from the stall, and I spotted this bag, and curiosity got the better of me, so I opened it up. And what I found was this. What it is it's the add-on screen for the mini PlayStation 2. and I had a look at that, and it is in really nice condition. It's not bashed up at all. It's in really nice condition, and I had a look on it, and it was £4. So I grabbed hold of that. Then I saw these, and I mess about with a bit of RC stuff, and these are fairly, I mean, they're not mega expensive, but they're fairly competent old analog RC controllers. And I saw they were £1 each. So I was cheeky and I said, if I take that, will you do these for 50p each? And she said, I was just about to say that to you. So I got them 2 controllers, which I don't know what I'll do with them yet, whether I'll sell them on or whether I'll use them for a project or something, but they were 50p each. And I got the PS2 mini screen for £4, which you can't really complain about that. And everyone will always say, well, you get them with that, but do they work? Well, you've seen that the TV works. And if I just, I'll pinch the power out of this because it actually fits this. Now I can't play this for very long because it's actually got some copyrighted material on it, and I don't want to get done by the YouTube police. So I'll just play it for a bit just to show it working, so you can see what it is. If I just connect the power up to it. Now that might have just given it away straight away. It is high def, it is a HD screen. I'll finish it there because I don't want to be done for, especially not by Disney. But yeah, what it is it's a solid state video player, all built in. It's obviously what I think it's actually originally designed for. Is I remember seeing these at the end of lines of groceries in supermarkets with like a demonstration of some new cleaning product playing on them, and they'd like loop infomercials on them. And I have a feeling that's what this is. It's a solid state union. That it takes a CF card inside a compact flash card, which you put an AVI file on it, and someone's obviously been using it to entertain their kids. I think, I presume this fella's got older kids and he's got grandkids or something like that. And it's got a Disney film on it, just on a 2 gig CF card. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I was going to just use it as a monitor, but it's quite a bit too interesting for that. I might use it. I do run my own business, and it does have an AV. I won't go into my business on this channel, but it does have an AV aspect to it, so I'm wondering whether I can perhaps actually use that in my business to form. I'm not sure yet. I'm seeing my business partner later today, so I might have a word with them about that, see if we can come up with a innovative use for that, because it is quite cool. But the other one was, of course, the PS2 screen, the PS2 mini screen. Now, luck would have it, my PlayStation 2, I would rather say, it's a little bit battered and bruised, but it just happens to be. Yeah, I know it's a silver one, but it is a mini PlayStation 2. So, now I haven't actually, let's have a go here now. Yep, that fits on there. Just bear with me a second, please. These screws go. Do these 2 screws up. That's easy enough. There we are. So yeah, that's it. Fixed onto the back of my PlayStation. Let's get some power and see whether it works. plug this into the back of the unit. Well, that's the light on. There we go. So that's great. I mean, yeah, my PlayStation 2 does sound very, very sick. It's I will have a look at that. It doesn't sound very healthy, I know, but that's quite cool. I'm not going to do anything with that. I think I'm just going to keep that as is. So I've got a little screen for my PlayStation 2. Yeah, really, really pleased with that. That's cool. So that was £4. I can't believe I got that for just that little amount. I'm sure they go for more than that on eBay. I'll just unplug that. So yeah, that's what I picked up today at the car boot sales. I said talk about a few of my other projects that I'm working on at the moment. So let's clear some of this cabling out of the way, and I will pan the camera around and let you have a look at what I am doing. Right, what we will get onto, oops, and round, is, if you remember, I was playing with this. Let me see if I can get the camera a bit closer than that. I'm still not used to using a tripod up here. It's a bit different than how I usually work, but I'm sure I can get better videos, and at least it won't be quite as shaky. Right, let's go in a bit like that. There we go, that's better. Right, now what we've got here is that digital 486 SX33. And if you remember last time, I was trying to power it up, but I wasn't having a huge amount of success. It turns out I've had to replace quite a few bits just to get it going. First off, if you remember, there was a problem with the Dallas real-time clock, and that is this this unit here. And if you notice, it doesn't look like it used to look. If you notice, there's a button cell holder fixed to the top of it. I'll just pop this out so you can, I'll just earth myself on this. I haven't got my anti-static strap on, but touching the case should be good enough. I'll just pop this out of here so you can have a quick squiz at what I've done to it. Right, there we go. If you can see that there, what I've done is, with a file, I've filed away at the plastic substrate until I reached the pins inside. Because the interesting thing about these Dallas real-time clock chips is actually inside it, if you can see at the bottom there, it's actually just a normal standard IC inside. They're like a bit of a hybrid chip. And what you've got is a standard clock IC in there, or sometimes it's a clock combined with some RAM, some static RAM, which is in this case actually. This is how these work. And it's a standard off-the-shelf chip, and what they do is they bend certain pins up. Namely, what you've got basically is a complete clock minus a battery supply and a clock crystal in that chip. So they bend the relevant pins up, and then on top they stick, where my finger is here, a clock crystal to the top of the chip, and about where the battery is, about there, they stick a battery, a 3-volt battery inside, and then encapsulate the whole thing in this plastic. So what you have to do is you mill away at it until you can reach these pins. And on this side, which is the positive leg, you can actually, as you chip it away, you can actually see the pin bent up and then soldered to the battery. And you have to break that connection in there with a little drill bit or something, so that that leg no longer connects the internal battery. And then what's left of the leg you need to solder a wire to, and then connect it to the positive. Is it the positive? Sorry, the negative. This is the negative. You have to connect it to the negative of the battery holder, and then run a little wire around from that side. You don't need to bother disconnecting the battery from this side because it only needs one side disconnecting. I'm not on the shot there. So you only need one side of this battery disconnecting. So you break the negative side up there, connect the battery up, solder to the remaining bit of the pin down there, bring the positive wire round and solder it on there. So this battery now replaces the internal battery. and I've done a few of these in the past for various computers, and quite frankly I've got to admit I've dropped a bollock on this one. This works perfectly. It works absolutely flawlessly. It holds the date, holds the time, holds the hard drive settings, everything. I'll show you why I've dropped the proverbial bollock. If I reinstall this in the computer, it goes that way around like that. I'm sure I'm getting shot here. Let's put that back in the computer. There we go. Is that all lined up? Yeah, that's perfect. I won't leave that on the motherboard. And the problem I've got, this is the riser card for it, and I can't believe I did this. I didn't check for clearance, and as you can see, although it fits on it, I can't actually push the riser card down into place.